Hello, in this one I'm going to be showing you how to consume APIs in ERPNext. So I'm going to be writing a custom file here in my patient doc type. This is where I want to write my API. I want to use the patient doc type, but you can write this file, you can put this file basically anywhere, including on your apps, your app directory here. But because I'm working with this doc type only, I just want to write a file here. So create a new file and call it api.py. I want to save it, so save the file, and I'm not able to save that because I don't have permissions. So I can just come here and go to change directory to ERP. Where am I? Let me just check where I am. So change directory to apps, and then to ERP, and then another ERPNext, and then to healthcare, and then to doc type, and then to the patient doc type. And when you release this, you'll see that I do not have any API file here. So I can just say touch, maybe I can just do sudo touch api.py, and I have my file. So if I list now, I have an api.py file there. So coming back here, just remove this without saving. I have my api.file. So the first thing to do here is to import Frappe, and then I'm going to write my function. So I'm just going to say define a function. I'm going to call get the patient details. You can call it whatever you want to call it, and this one I'm going to pass in the patient ID, and then here I'm going to just say return Frappe. And before I return this, let me show you how I'm going to get this content. So I'll go back to my OPT, then bench, then ERP. This is the directory of my app, and here I can just say bench MariaDB. Good. And then here I can say select, I just want to select the first name from the table is tab patient, and then I'm going to put a where condition here. And if I go to MySQL of my app, this is the table name, and here I just want to put one parameter that you can use here. But this just to demo this example. So you can do basically anything. You can pass in the patient ID, you can pass in whatever you want to pass here. But I just want to pass in the owner because I can see the patients here with the owner of administrator. So I'll just say where owner equals the administrator. Okay. So when I do that, I can see that I have 3 patients there. So I only grab the first name. Let me pick this query. This is what we'll be needing, and I can just exit from there. And then so here I can run this. I can run the same thing, but remember basically here you can put in whatever logic you want to put into this section. So I'll say return frappe.db.sql, and then this is .sql, and then here I'm going to do, you can do a formatted string. That is if, of course, because you will be passing this patient ID dynamically. So this is 3 4 5 6. Make sure you have 6 of them here, and then paste this one. I have pasted what we wrote on the command here on the terminal here, and then I want to return this thing as a Python dictionary. So just say as dic equals true. All right. So when that is done, I am now ready. Let me just allow this to save. I have saved my file, and now I am ready to consume this this API. So how I will do that? I'll come to my browser, and then how we access this is through, you put in, if you go to Frappe documentation, you'll see that you put in your base URL, and then API and method, and then your app. and then the doc type, and the doc type, and then the this is the module, and then the doc type is patient, and then you put in your file. So this is my file, and this is the function inside of that file. So my function is get patient details. Let me just copy that and paste here to confirm, and not reachable because bench is not running. So let me bench start there quickly, and then now I can reload here, and it is accessing our method successfully, but it is saying that we do not have permissions to do that. Reason being, in Frappe, if you want to access these things through API, you have to whitelist them. So we need to say frappe.whitelist here. So I whitelist our method, okay. And then when we refresh, oh no, I clicked go home. When we refresh this now, we get another error here, but telling us that patient details is missing one required parameter, and we can just come here and say allow it to accept none. So allow it to save again and go back and refresh, and there we go. So we have our first name Jeffrey and Kevin and Steve. Very good. So it is running on the browser, but now we want to consume this API through an application like Postman. So how do we do that? Let me just clear this. This is what I was using to test. So how we get that to work on Postman is we are going to use exactly the same URL here. So let me paste it on the URL section, and then I try to access it. This doesn't work, and the reason why it doesn't work, if you come to preview here, is telling you that you do not have permissions to do this. This is because ERPNext expects you to pass in some headers here, and the header you are supposed to pass in as an authorization, it's a token. And where I'm getting this is from the documentation here. You can see that we have two types of authorization. We have token based and we have password based. We are going to be using token based in this tutorial. So we have authorization, which is a token, and then we concatenate the not concatenate, but we get the token by joining the API key and the API secret. So where we are going to do to get this, go to the user section of your app. I want to use the administrator, and then scroll down to where you see API access, and then here I had already generated this, but you can just generate others. Just click on generate keys, and this one gives me the secret, so I can just copy the secret, come with it. So this is supposed to be token. That is the secret. If you come to the documentation, you see that we are told to give the token colon the secret. So back here we have the secret, and then we just copy the token. This is the key, sorry, the key, and then the secret. So go back to your Postman and paste it there. So we have that. If we push that one more time, we get our data. If we view the pretty one, here we go. So we have the message and the first name, Kevin, Steve, and Geoffrey. If we wanted to get all the data, of course, we can just come to a method here, and instead of getting that, we just add an asterisk, or you can get whatever you want. Then I can save that, and then when I go to my token, to my Postman, send, I get everything. So we have message, name Geoffrey, all that detail, and then we have Kevin with all that detail, and then we have Steve with all that detail. So that's how you do it in ERPNext. Thanks you so much for watching, and see you in the next one.